Ah, hello YouTube, and welcome to the second official video of the Geek of All Trades. Now I know that this video is several months late. As I have mentioned, I am in high school, at least, it should say so on my actual page on YouTube. But yes, I am in high school, and it has been a very busy past couple weeks. Let's see, what all has happened? Well, I've been gearing up for finals, of course, and I went to St. Louis for a state robotics competition, which was awesome. And, just various bits and pieces that have prevented me from actually getting this video done, but I am very happy to announce that I'm finally doing it right now. And what is this video? Well, you should already know. The title's right up there. Anyway, it is going to be the review of this, the early 2011 model of the MacBook Pro. And yeah, I guess we're going to get started here in a second, but just as a side note, as you probably could see, I am now reading The Steve Jobs Way, and this is a fantastic book. It's written by Jay Elliott, a former senior vice president of Apple, as it says right there. And it's very well written. It really talks about the early days of Apple and all the struggles they went through time, and really goes into deeper detail than anything you'd find just on rumor sites. So I am very happy to be reading this. If you are interested at all in Apple or the life of Steve Jobs, this is definitely the book to read. And yeah, I guess that's enough wasting time. Let's get started. The 2011 MacBook Pro is made out of a durable aluminum and utilizes a unibody design that has been used in the past several generations of its model. Along the left side of the computer, we have a battery indicator, express card slot, audio out and audio in, 3 USB ports, a Thunderbolt and mini display port, FireWire 800, Ethernet, and of course the MagSafe adapter port. Along the left side, we have the SuperDrive and the Kensington lock. The magnetic latch on the computer does a very good job of keeping it closed, but when opened, it does open very smoothly. The screen is also one of the most beautiful I've ever seen, and is the highest resolution that Apple offers, although that is no surprise since it is the biggest one. One downside though, it does glare quite a bit, and it does smudge very easily, which isn't aided that much by the keyboard, which nestles right against it whenever you close the computer, adding even more smudges. It does get very tiresome. Another downside is that the aluminum itself smudges, which makes keeping the computer extremely hard to keep clean. The trackpad itself is actually one of the biggest pluses to the computer for me. The utilization of multi-touch gestures and how many options there are now to have the secondary click make it an amazing experience to use. To me, this trackpad is the definition of intuitive. As for the OS, well, it's OS X. It's still the same snow leopard that we all know and love. I will say, however, that with the new hardware improvements, it is extremely snappy. And with the use of the multi-touch gestures in the trackpad, it is a dream to use. And there's really not all that much that can slow this computer down. I have played games on it, I've rendered video on it. It does everything lightning fast and is extremely joyful to use. Now we're going to be moving on to the performance aspect of this review, and I can't think of a better way to test computer performance than with high-quality, console-worthy games. And at this point, I'm going to shut up and just let the computer speak for itself. All the while through the gameplay, though, I'm going to be listing the specs, and, just so you can get an idea of what is powering this computer. They're also going to be down there in the description. But also keep this in mind that I'm going to be uploading these little clips of myself that I'm taking with my external camera while the games are being played, just to make the point that this computer screams, and it is a beast. So stop the rumors that Macs can't play games, because here's the performance. guys, well, it's about time for me to wrap up this review, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, this computer, on any scale you want to use, it scores a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 5, a 17 out of 17, whatever you want to do. This computer is amazing, and if you purchase it today, you will not regret it. And, you know, I'm saying that as a big Apple fan, but I have actually, you know, used the computer with my robotics team, which is largely PC based. They all seem to like the computer as well, so you will not be disappointed. That said, here are the main issues I have with it. I already mentioned the cosmetics about it. I don't like the smudges, but it also, like, dings pretty easily. By dings, I mean, like, gets little bumps in it when you bang it into a door or something. That happens pretty easily on the aluminum, and that's just a bit of a downfall for me. I know I'm going to need a case or something, but I don't like cases. Anyway, second, this is not a travel computer, and I know that's not an issue with the computer itself. That's mostly an issue with me for getting the size that I did, but if you're getting this for travel, that's a bad idea. Get something smaller, get an iPad, MacBook Air, whatever the fuck you want. This is not a travel computer. And I actually had that issue when I was on the plane to St. Louis. The guy leaned back, almost broke my computer, asshole. And so, yeah, if you're going to be using this as a travel computer, I'm just going to go ahead and say don't, or always travel first class. You know, either your choice. You know, if you can afford this computer without help, like I got the educational grant, so if you can afford this without help, I'm assuming you can afford first class every time you travel. Okay. Third, the specs that the computer comes with are a bit outdated. I'll admit it, I do most of my upgrades myself, but, you know, for a lot of other people, they're not going to want to pay more for the bigger upgrades. What I think personally is it should come with the 8GB of RAM already. You know, that should be a standard for getting the higher end notebook. And also, the storage drive should either be 120GB flash or 750GB 7200 RPM. That should be the two choices for no extra cost. That's what you should get. That's my personal opinion, Apple. Take it or leave it, but that's what I think you should do. Anyway, to wrap up, I'm actually going to talk about an issue that I was given in the previous video. Thank you for your kind words. Anyway, I do agree with him in part that the quality of the videos has been lacking a bit recently, and that's not my issue, and it's not an issue with my equipment, it is an issue with my internet connection. For some reason, it won't allow me to upload anything bigger than 720p or 1080, or, you know, nonetheless 1080p. I've tried uploading through iMovie and ScreenFlow, and I've also tried uploading through YouTube's site directly. It doesn't work. So, if someone has a suggestion for me, I'd love to hear it. If it's a real suggestion that'll actually get this fixed, I will thank you for it. But until then, I'm just going to have to deal with the quality that I have right now. And so until then, so until next time, this is the Geek of All Trades, signing off.